the biggest thing about listening is honesty. Okay, what do you honestly hear yourself saying, and whatever the situation is, what are you gonna do about it? What are you really gonna do about it? Not what are you gonna tell somebody that you're gonna do about it because it sounds good and you want them to be happy in the moment. Don't tell me something to be happy. I don't want you to say, I love the way that you comb your hair. I don't have any hair. Okay? So, and that's kind of like a parallel to what a lot of people say. I say, well, okay, so you failed at this today. We tried to do 500 pounds on a squat and you failed. What does that mean to you? What are you thinking about that? What are we going to do about that to try to get you to that point? How far off do you think you were? You know, what wasn't quite perfect today? What could have been better? What was actually pretty good that we did a good job with that we need to make sure that it's still in place next time we try it? You know, when will we try this again? Like, get that going on. Okay, what were you proud of that you did today? And, you know, what might it look like leading up to that to make you be able to accomplish that? And then lastly, after you do it, after you do squat the 5, what's that gonna feel like? About to sneeze. Wow, that was a big one. Anyways, what is that gonna look like? So rehearsing that in your mind, that success, and going through the 5 senses with it, you know, going through like all of that, experiencing that, and then replaying that in your head, and then making the other adjustments, making the nutrition adjustments. Maybe you need more carbs that day. Maybe you need less carbs that day. Maybe you need to have the timing of what you had be a little bit different. Maybe you need to start your morning off different. Maybe there needs to be something that preps you for that. Or maybe you were too excited. Maybe you weren't excited enough. Maybe it was maybe part of it was your environment. Maybe you need more lights on, or maybe you need better airflow. Who knows? There's so many different things that you can do that will affect your performance. It's mind-boggling. Have you reviewed your technique? Is your squatting form perfect? Probably not. Is everything activated that needs to be activated? Probably not. Did you feel as good as you could possibly feel going into it? Maybe. So if that was the case, that's good. So do the same things that you did before. Now we just need to make sure that you have more resources at your disposal to actually employ to get to that goal. Make sure you're setting that goal. Was that even a goal for you that you were aware of when you walked in that day? Was it like, I'm getting 5 today? Like, I'm walking in and I'm getting under the bar and I'm throwing 5 up like it's my job? Was that your attitude? Was that your mindset? Because if it wasn't, maybe that's part of the problem. Was your coach or the other people around you, like, were they aware of it, or were they for it? Were they like being positive? Were they being negative? Like, what was that role? So there's so many things to look at and think about as it relates to that. But getting back to what we were saying, listening. Are you listening to yourself? Do you track what you're hearing? Are you writing down what happened during your workout? Are you writing down what happened during your practice? Are you writing down what you said your goal was and if you hit it or you didn't? Are you writing all that stuff down? Are you writing down what your next event is, and when it is, and what the spacing is between that? What are the needs going to be? We have several athletes that have such a crazy wide variety of needs and wants and goals, and some of them are in the exact same sport with the exact same position, and some of them might even be in the exact same offensive scheme or defensive scheme. Now, but they have a number of differences between them outside of that, between how they're made up, their strengths, their weaknesses, their genetic, situation, also their attitudes, and then maybe their schedule and where they're from and what they have going on. Their daily life is different. Their mindset's different. The way that their principles, their values, their beliefs are different. All those things impact your performance. This is a quote from, I paraphrase from Tony Robbins, but he said, the belief that's like the truest to me is that which gives me the best ability to be the best version of myself. He said something along those lines. But basically, that is what you need to ask. Who is doing things at the level that you want to do them at? And what does their life look like? What are they doing? What are they thinking? What are they taking actions on? How do they make decisions on things? And so think about that. Get your mind into that kind of a level of performance. The beauty of it is the majority of people, especially at a younger age, around you that you have to compete with and against are not even close to on this level. It's usually not until a later stage of life that they have this level of awareness or this want or need to improve at the level where they need to start addressing these things and reviewing these things and optimizing these things. So if you start now, whatever age you are ahead of probably almost every single person you know and or will ever compete against, just because there is just not that level of awareness yet. So be ahead of things. Listen to yourself. Listen to your coach. Listen to your parents. Listen to the person communicating. Listen to the feedback that your body's giving to you, and then do something intelligent with that and track it. And where you might get will literally blow your mind if you're paying attention. Good luck. Have a great Wednesday.